Get in, nerds. We are playing Hearts of Iron 4. We are going forward in Spain, trying to finish out the conquest of Spain and Portugal. We're going forward in Iberia. So, we got ourselves a little encirclement here. We have the potential for more, so let's continue. In terms of other forces, let's get a pincer move in here to close out this gap. Oh, and an opening there. I want to make sure that doesn't happen. The Yalta Conference. Seeing a joint victory against the Greater Germanic Reich is inevitable, the United Kingdom and the Soviet Union are looking to secure future stability in Europe. Winston Churchill, Joseph Stalin, and leaders for other countries are participating in the war effort, have met to agree on the fate of the Greater Germanic Reich. Days of negotiations have led to the drawing of a new map of Europe. This new European order is divided between the East and West by the wound about to be carved through the middle of the Greater Germanic Reich. It remains to be seen whether this will truly lead to a lasting peace in Europe. We demanded what seemed right. So as you can see, the Western Allies have made a lot of progress here, which means if we're going to deploy our nuclear weapons against Germany, we need to hurry up and do that. So, let's make some preparations. Do I have any ability to reach regular fighters over there? I don't think so. Can I build air bases? I can. Let's build up some air bases in Picardy. And we'll get kind of ready to do that. Fighter supplies are still pretty low, but you know, we're doing our best. All right, we got resource shortages once again. Turkey can make up some of the difference. Brazil, Mexico, the rest. And Greece now has some aluminum. They're back on their home soil, probably. Yes, here we go. Greece is back in. Wonderful. Alright. Let's, do our strategic bombers have the ability to reach? I'm not sure they do. I'll need to build this new, airport, that's for sure. Alright. Let's continue getting work done in Iberia. As we finish out closing out this pocket, we're forming a new one. And let's get moving forward with our mobile forces once again. Oh my gosh, I could maybe turn this into one giant encirclement. That would be really impressive. That would be pretty cool if I could pull that off. Go in there. Go in there. Sir, please extend fronts. Sir, please embiggen the front. Alright, beautiful. Well, this situation has just gone completely to our advantage. And I know these attacks are a little bit piecemeal, but I'm just trying to get in and do some damage. Hey, another ace pilot. Wonderful. Alright. And that is the trap closed, essentially. Pretty respectable encirclement. Looks like we got 8 divisions in there. Very reasonable, very solid and reasonable amount of enemy troops encircled. Argentina's canceled their Lend-Lease, but that's fine. It's not like we were using those resources anyway. I'm just kidding. It was probably something important. But hey, it's not my business. Alright. quick eyeball over here. Where are we with construction? We're getting there. So, let's move a little bit of air power to the northern France air zone. And let's move a couple of these squadrons to the southern France air zone to make sure that we keep air supremacy there, because keeping air supremacy in southern France is going to be of critical importance to us overall. Now the question is, you know, they are stubbornly holding on here. Actually, no. Let's halt this attack. Move into this. This is a mountain province, and attacking in mountains is never really advisable, but, you know. Sometimes you gotta just go for it. Speaking of which, let's move in here. And we got a couple more mechanized divisions that we can attack around these areas. Alright, now the homing torpedo, that's very good. Let's build another. Let's do another torpedo research. Obviously, we got special projects available. Ooh, we got one in nuclear. Excellent. Hold on. Oh no, our nuclear facility is still doing stuff. We got 2 in land. Anything good in here? I don't think so. Nothing I want for this build of the game, anyway. Axial jet engine. What are you? The first jet engines developed can only compress air to a limited degree. It may be possible to line multiple compressors to serially boost the thrust. In serial to boost the thrust even further. Unlocks modern aircraft. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's going to be fun. Let's shoot for that. We're also getting pretty low on fuel. And I don't rightly know how to... Wait, no, I do, and it's through research. We're currently working on it. Hey! Shot down an enemy ace. Wonderful. Do I have any ability to... No, I'm going to need to buy oil is what I'm going to need to do. Alright, I can cut some of this aluminum purchasing. Jadeja took a hit. Very sad. Let's buy from the United States. They're in our faction. Alright, and let's use some less fuel-intensive units for attacks here. Obviously, this means we're attacking with infantry, and that's not optimal, but it is what it is. That's actually really helped our fuel situation, those gas purchases. So hopefully, that will be able to... That'll help us handle all the things we're trying to handle. I could make some progress here by closing up this front, but there's a lot of mountains over here. Hey! Shot down an enemy ace once again. Wonderful. Honey, 4 p.m. Time for your front shortening. Alright. We can get through here, no problem. Enemy units with low organization, you know what to do. And the answer is whack. Hey! That is the end of Spain. Wonderful. Oh, we got a bunch of equipment. Excellent. We left their army mostly intact. That's a bit of a shock. Alright, let's head on through. We'll start putting pressure on the capital of Portugal. Approximate goal is to lock down all of these units so that they aren't able to successfully redeploy. We'll go ahead and increase the width of all of these fronts. And we need to get a few units attacking this way. Strike at that tank to make sure it doesn't get back into Portuguese territory. Because if it does, it's going to be harder to destroy. Alright. That having been said, if we can get the capital, that's going to be... Our enemies are going to be toast, basically. Looks like you're going that way, so... Continue. And we'll have you guys attack. Mechanized going over a river isn't ideal, but it is what it is. Alright, got that unit isolated. Let's move in. Beautiful. Actually, you, I'm going to put in behind. And that is going to solve a lot of our problems. Obviously, we're having supply issues because we're concentrating forces to a rather extreme degree. But, you know, that's kind of how you play it. Keep pressure on the capital. And soon, we'll be in. I'm in. Take the shot. Shot down another enemy ace. That's beautiful. And there's reestablished the Khyber rifles. So what else? Let's do tea exports. This can get us civilian factory slots and give the UK more stability, and that's nice. Start, please. Thank you. Ooh, you can invite to faction China. What? Well, I would be delighted to have China in the war in turn. Absolutely. They're currently at war with a lot of people, but I'm not worried. I think I'm at war with most of those people already. War with anyone that I'm not currently at war with. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Well, come on in. Beautiful. We stand together. Oh, we stand. Excuse me? Huh? China, what are you doing? You were supposed to be chill. Alright, actually, I'm going to put this entire army over here, and we're going to pull a couple of units off of here to support the northern fronts. China, what are you doing? China, what are you doing? I should get more units in deployment. I've got a lot of infantry equipment to play with. Steel. Who's got steel? United States, the amount of steel you're exporting is a little bit silly. Is India going to have to build up infrastructure in the USA to increase their steel output? Is that really what's going to have to happen here? Let me see. You at least have Tennessee built all the way up? Yes, you do. Alright, so... Nope. The answer is they're just on a really low trade law. United States, are you on limited exports right now? They're on limited exports right now. Gorsh, Shaggy. That's right, I might have to go to limited exports. But sure saved me a lot of steel and... Yeah, I mean, I am bringing in... Okay, I'm bringing in 88 steel. I'm bringing in a lot of resources that I could be keeping for myself. So actually, that's probably what I'm going to do. I don't love it, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's take a quick look. I can definitely train a boatload of new infantry divisions. Just an acre of these fellas, for sure. Let me see. This is 48 divisions, 3 whole armies, or 2 whole armies. Yeah, let's do it. What does that do to my infantry equipment? We'll wait until the day ticks over and find out. Yeah, I've decided I'm going to reduce exports. Beautiful. And that should lead to Portugal's capitulation. Beautiful. Let's get those arms into the hands of Indian troops, shall we? Let's see. I got our primary cover is artillery. Primary shortage, rather. All right. Yeah, we're a little short on stuff, but that's okay. I think we got the capabilities we want to have. So, Spain is no longer a factor. Let's put this Cass... Oh, do we only have Cass in Spain? Southern France is still a little bit rough. Let's move the Cass to northern France. Right, and we had some in southern Iberia as well. That was what was making it difficult. Alright, let's get these units here. This Cass will do the same with. Get them deployed to northern France. And now, our Strati bombers... Our Strati bombers for sure have the reach. So, now it's just a matter of sorting out... Wow, our Strati bombers really have the reach. Now it's just a matter of sorting out who we nuke. Are the Allies stymied here? I don't think so. So, what are some good nuclear bombing targets? Chiang Kai-shek proclaims one China policy. Speaking before a group of supporters, Chiang Kai-shek today announced a major shift in his government. Previously, Chiang Kai-shek was willing to tolerate that some parts of China were largely independent. This is now over. From today forward, China will consider all China to be their responsibility as the sole government of China. Anyone found refusing orders from the only legitimate Chinese government is to be considered a traitor or a rebel and a traitor and will be dealt with accordingly. Better men have failed. It remains to be seen, however, if the Chiang Kai-shek government can make good on the threat, or if it will remain a mere propaganda move designed to shore up support from the population. Better men have failed. Alright, let me make sure we've got units en route here. Please take a train. Please get there as soon as you can. We can worry about organization later. Oh. They're calling us to arms. We're not in that war yet. I always forget about that. Alright, very soon we're going to fix up our steel situation. Slight shortage of infantry equipment is mostly resolved at this stage. And there it goes. So, we got a lot of divisions over here. First... Usman, let's put you... I think our only way of making this happen is to go forward in France. Because that's what we need to get the reach for our fighters to be able to do action in the skies over Germany. So, we'll put those units there. We'll grab this army. We'll put this army on exercises for now, just to fill out their experience bars. Get a little bit of that going. And then... Jadesha's army we will marshal here and get them going forward. I don't need... No, not that button. I don't need any forces defending the border with Belgium. I'm not concerned about the border with Belgium. I think that area is mostly stymied. Alright. Where are we on the northern border? Oh, yes, limiting exports. Before I do this, how much of my construction am I getting from trade? 58! Oh boy, that's so much. What are we exporting? We're exporting aluminum, okay. We're exporting rubber, and a lot of it. But it's mostly steel. Gosh! We are exporting a ton of steel, and that is generating a lot of construction for us. Still, I think we need it. I think we need it. I think we're spending too much on of our construction and whatnot on foreign steel. I am going to hold... I'm gonna hold off on joining the war until our divisions have gotten some organization. And then we'll worry about that. Trade situation, still pretty good. Let's cut some steel imports. Ideally, we want to be cutting any imports from anyone outside of our faction. Aluminum situation has not improved nearly as much as I was hoping. Oh, we lost a An ace. Right, that's looking pretty good. Wow, steel situation keeps on improving. I wonder why that's happening. Curious. Alright, how are these armies doing on experience? These are still training. Let's give them a little bit more training to do. Right, I got that nuclear strike thing running out of time, but I'm not really worried about that. So, let's get our mechanized forces in a go-forwardly plan. What are you? Oh, Christ. Oh, USA. Why must you be so silly all the time? Xinjiang issues diplomatic protest. They want us to pull our attaché out of China. No. In fact, for attempting to abrogate Indian sovereignty, war. Alright. Anyway, that simply is what it is. You, sir, where? Oh, we're down here. Gosh, that's a lot of Japanese divisions. What ability can I get you? I can get you. Fortress Buster seems good. All these are pretend join war requests. Facility with an unassigned scientist. Yeah, we'll put that guy back in charge. Nearly there. We are continuing to move forward here. Yep, that's not shocking. Our goal is to take airfields. Our goal is to take airfields to get access to Eastern Germany. Beautiful. They're attacking here. That's going to make this attack much easier. And we sure do. Hey. No moving away. You're going to defend that hex. You're going to defend that hex. Gosh darn it. It's your main thing. The soundtrack you're listening to right now, I'm pretty sure, is specific to a war in China being underway. Alright, come on. Let's increase the game speed a little bit. There. I was like, why is this taking so long? Oh, because we're on a really low game speed. Beautiful. So that gives us an airfield here. Ooh, and it improved our overall position in the northern France air zone. So, let's also grab some of our air superiority from the southern France air zone and move them here as well. And what we'll do is we'll use those planes to get air supremacy over the southern Germany air zone, the western Germany air zone, and then we'll drop some nukes. I know I've been putting off the whole nuclear bombing thing, but you know, I've just been looking for the ideal target, and now we're in the process of getting it. Let's go ahead and move this. All right, this front is a Garbo front. This front is a Garbo front as well. Any remaining unengaged divisions can go over here. Alright, so, you can go this way, you can go this way. You can go this way. We've achieved a breakthrough now, so I'm just sort of exploiting as I can exploit. Ideally, I would love to grab the Maginot line, because it doesn't seem like the enemy has any reserve troops over here. Hey, nice. Shot down an enemy ace again. Wonderful. If I start going over this river, is that going to be a mistake? Really? It isn't. Well, that's just dandy to hear. I love that. Enemy unit on its way this way. And we'll start getting you going this way. We got some units that can go forward over here. Because really, if you can get the Maginot Line, your enemies are toast. In fact, this army no longer needs to be training. Let's bring them in here to shore up this battle line. Beautiful. We've succeeded in forcing the enemy to attack over a river, which is a really good position to be in. Oh, and we managed to get forward here a little bit. That's fun. Can we get an encirclement at Troy? No, because this is American territory, or French territory, really. American-backed French-held territory. Alright, you're going to grab that hex, you're going to grab this hex. And these are both still, yeah, those are both still major forts. So if we can continue taking this land, that's going to put us in a really excellent position. Those units are going there. Switzerland is probably neutral. Alright, Switzerland they love neutrality more than anything. It's their favorite food. And there are no units here, so do I go here first? I think the answer is yes. Grab this army. We get on trains, please. Where's the end of your front? I'm stuck somewhere in there. I'm just gonna redraw it. There we go. Beautiful. I'm so good at war games. There you go. Excellent. And now we go here, and that closes the front. Let's move this division here to grab that mountain province. We'll have this division move to Besançon. How's the air situation? Air situation's looking good. Now if we move these units here... Ooh, we've got an even closer airfield. Excellent, 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 excellent. Fighters, light fighters really do their best work in European air zones where the air zones themselves are pretty small. Shorten this front a little bit. These divisions can all get redeployed over here. These ones as well. And you, sir, as well. I can't believe I pulled this off without most of my mechanized. This is incredible. Oh, we have the most forward airfield. Now, how's supply looking? Do we have a supply hub in here we can use? We've got one at Metz. Okay, but is that one connected? Looks like no. So we're going to have to build ourselves a railway. That's okay, though. I have the ability to. Let's make that level 3. That should actually get done really fast. We have air superiority over Western Germany. Beautiful. So now, we just need to finish out this business here. And make ourselves a nice... find ourselves a nice clean target. Make sure the enemy doesn't manage to steal the Maginot Line back somehow. You're on your way here. Going this way. Let's go ahead and close out these two fronts. We can easily get where we want to go this way. Sir? Sir, you appear to be attempting to stop my encirclement. Quit it. 18 hours. Let's knock on these divisions and make sure that they can't get anywhere. We got a huge number of forces coming in here from the south, but it's going to be a little bit before they actually get here. As you can see, our enemies are going to try to break out of this situation, which I don't blame them for. It's a reasonable plan. Beautiful. And our American allies are coming in to assist. Who dares wins. Alright, let's, yeah, it looks like they're doing a lot of withdrawing here, so let's just continue to take territory here. No reason to be silly about it. We'll pin these divisions in place to make sure that we get all this land. How close are we? We're getting near to the end of the episode. Let's do a quick... Where's my air wings? Hey, you. Go here. Go real close. I think we're going to need more air wings in here, so let's grab a few more and get them into the action, and we'll grab a few more from here. We'll grab one more from here and get them into the action. It's going to take a second. We'll need to make sure that that airfield has supply and can halt that division moving forward. Alright, so they're attacking here. We got a huge fort, so that's not going to be a problem. And our units are deployed. Excellent. Vichy France has capitulated. Excellent. So, that's put a lot of the enemy divisions in this area out of supply completely. And those guys are pretty much borked. So, and we've got the air superiority we desire to have. Is this airfield working? Mostly not, but that's... That could be better. Let's move them all back here. See if that improves things. Mostly does. Alright. Time to get our nuclear weapons deployed. So, why don't I have a view to any of this now? Did America move all of its divisions somewhere else? Is that what happened? See, I don't want to simply bomb cities to bomb cities. I want to use my nuclear weapons tactically. And unfortunately, because America got a little silly and doesn't have any divisions here anymore, I mean, I think that was reasonable. I think that was a reasonable way to do things. Let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. This is not a real front. These units need to be on our actual fronts. Then these units need to be over here. I can close out those fronts. And then we'll all be happy in various locations at various times. Anyway, we'll figure out the nuclear weapons deployment for next episode. I promise. Next episode, it's nukes all the way down. Let's take a look at some final, some casualty tallies. German Reich has dealt an even 500,000 casualties to us. Our casualties against German Reich are at a nice respectable 3 million, 6-to-1 ratio. That's very good. Nationalist Spain, we've suffered 113,000 casualties. They, on the other hand, have suffered 1.1 million from us, 10-to-1 ratio, very respectable. Portugal, they're not even on our docket, so less than 20,000. Portugal, we've dealt them 200,000. Do you have an Italy line item? I don't think so. I don't think we've done that much damage to Italy, because we haven't been fighting them directly. Ditto with most of these other countries. Except, well, apparently we've been fighting Hungary. And how much damage have we done to them? We've done 250,000 to them. They've dealt 22,000 to us, so a nice solid 10 to 1 ratio. I'm feeling pretty good about the war effort so far. That said, that is all we got for today, my nerds. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.